This review has been brought to you in part by Main Irish Airsoft. Hey, welcome back, and today we are coming from Hilltop Airsoft ranges. We are starting a series of pistol reviews. Now, we did a number of pistols a while back, and I thought we'd sort of maybe take up the mantle again of looking at some more pistols. In Main Irish Airsoft, they had a load of pistols to look at, so we've grabbed a whole heap of boxes and we're going to have a sifty through. And as I said, we're going to do a number of videos over the next couple of uploads. They're going to be short and sweet because, let's face it, there's not a huge amount you can say about pistols, but there is a massive interest in the whole pistol market out there. Now, when I started off my airsoft, I bought myself, my first purchase in airsoft was a K.W.A. 18C. Absolutely love it, still own it, never play with it, but you know what, it's a great thing to have. Most of us airsofters don't use sidearms in the game purely because our main AEGs do all the job that we need them to do. But there is a great skill factor and a great fun factor to actually getting a in-game kill with a sidearm, with a pistol. Most of us do a bit of plinking with pistols in the back garden just to sort of have a bit of fun. But as I said, we're going to get into some reviews now. So today we're going to look at something that's very, very left of field. Most people won't want to buy this. This is a niche item, and it's the P08 Luger. This is the artillery version. It's a much longer barrel, and it's a very, very sexy piece. So we'll get into that review right now for you. Now, this is the P08 Luger from WE. It is the artillery version. Now, the artillery version is very different from the standard version. If you're a fan of Red Jacket and Sons of Guns, they actually sort of had one of these arrive in their workshop to be sort of tinkered with and brought back to life. And they gave a little bit of a history rundown on the artillery Luger, and basically it was different because the artillery guys had these, but they also had a detachable stock that went on it as well. So with the longer barrel and the detachable stock, it became more like a small rifle nearly, rather than a pistol, and it gave them a longer barrel, gave them greater accuracy, and the stock gave them a lot more stability. So if they were caught short in a firefight where they had to move from the main guns into a firefight, they had something to get themselves out of trouble with. How does that relate to us in airsoft with this piece? Well, as I said, this is the P08 from WE. It's in chrome, so if you're a World War II aficionado or a collector, this is probably not going to be what you're looking for because of the chrome finish. A lot of the Lugers of the time were in that sort of very blue steel, very dark stuff. But that said, it is a very nice little piece. Now, it has all working little features. It has the little sort of sight that you can pop up, because as I said, now don't forget, this would have been an artillery piece. The longer barrel would have meant, and the stock would have meant, that you'd have sort of been ranging at sight. Makes it a little bit more interesting for us airsofters as well. It has a little switch here, which is the safety switch, and it has the typical lift up to sort of lock and load, as all Lugers do. The mag itself is green gas, which is great in the summer, not so dinky in winter, and it carries around, I think, about 15 BBs. I've just been corrected. I was going to say 16, but I've just been corrected. It's 15 BBs, and as I said, the little sort of test I've given this, accuracy is actually not too shabby at all. Likes and dislikes. Well, there's not a huge amount to dislike about it. It's a niche piece for a niche market. It's not going to be for everyone's sort of taste. It's a nice, interesting looking gun, and I think this is a real sort of wall hanger or a sort of plinker in the back gardens piece. I can't see it really being a skirmishable item, but who knows? You may find use for it. As I said, it's fairly accurate. We're shooting at a distance here of about maybe 6 or 7 foot. We're kind of keeping it tight because do you know what, they're only pistols, and we've got a few knockdown targets. It sort of took them out nice and handy, and the accuracy was fine. It should be at that range anyway. So all in all, as I said, it's a very different piece. If you're into something that's a little bit left of field, if you have an interest in your World War II, alright, it's left of field World War II, but you know what, I can see it being a seller for certain people out there, you know. So that's the P08 Luger, the artillery model, which they call it the L model, and it's available from Main Irish Airsoft. It retails, I think it's around the 159 mark, and that's in euros. And don't forget, they ship all around the world if you're interested. But as I said, very interesting little piece, and certainly worth a little look at if you're in that way inclined. Talk to you on the next video when we look at some more pistols from Main Irish Airsoft.